Another nice spring day in New York. Not too bad, not too bad. So, welcome back to part 6. We're getting pretty high in these build numbers. Gonna have to finish this project soon. So, today, Today we're going to focus on making the mounts for the transmission and actually have this thing standing in the, I guess, under transmission bay of the car under its own power. So we have these two to take to Ray to get welded, so that shouldn't be too hard, and a bunch of miscellaneous things like the axles. The axle adapter needs to be made, and obviously we're gonna have to curve this out a little bit more to get some free space for the axle. So honestly, it's not a lot of stuff to do, but hopefully by the end of this video, this tranny will be in the car under its own power. So let's just gather a bunch of stuff and head over to Ray. Alright, nice new mounts installed. When I pick it up, this one has a little flex, so it's definitely just R&D for now, but I'm pretty sure the final model is going to have like a brace from here to here to stop the flex from here to here to the base. This one has no flex. As you can see, it's more Texas shaped. So let's go ahead and get this rolled out to the car. Mike, man, you're here, man.
Always here.
You're always here?
Always here.
He just lurking in the background.
That's how I do.
Okay. What do you think of these mounts, man?
Solid. Strong. It'll be fun to install.
Okay. Alright, let's go. Alright, Gio, what do you think, man?
I gotta get down here.
This is my quality control guy. He'll tell me if it's good or not.
Yeah, you definitely put some bushing inserts.
Yeah, that's needed.
Just you have to soften it up.
Yep.
But definitely nice. Good job.
Nice. This thing is solid. You gotta hit it. That's not going anywhere. All right, Mike. Now, what do you think?
This definitely looks proper. It looks sturdy too.
I gotta get the whole effect, you feel me?
How we looking? Sturdy too.
They're grading my work.
Not bad. Dang, that shit is solid.
Yeah.
I like it.
You're literally shaking the whole car.
You did that, Playboy.
Yeah.
Listen, this at the end of the day, this is for the customers.
Oh yeah.
So we gotta make sure that it survives.
It's solid.
Everything.
Yeah, you're right. You're so right.
It has to survive my stupidity. So.
I think a launch would be the test.
Oh, that's what I'm not gonna be here for.
All right. Next thing we gotta do, adapt the axles, which the axles are pretty freaking straight. So that's pretty cool. Not much angle in that. And make the spline shaft. So that's the last two things we gotta do. All right, guys, she's lowered on the floor. And look, take a look at this. she's not even too low. My oil pan is actually lower than this. It's not nothing to brag about, but yeah. So this is actually placed nicely. The mounts and everything's pretty cool. All right, my neighbor is having fun over there. All right, guys, next day here. Not as warm and inviting as yesterday, but wanted to leave this thing overnight to see how it held up. And honestly, I'm like just super hyped with this thing. This thing is just amazingly in there. And you can see where this axle is and where that leans up. That's basically like no angle. It's like right there. Ouch. It's like right there. So next thing on the agenda is to start messing with these shifter cables. I want to get that more or less in the final position so I can take it back out and know that when I put it back, it's all ready to go up in there. So fortunately, I'm gonna have to move that hole more up, because you can see I have these shifter cables here. I want it to be on the inside of this mount, obviously, and I have to push it out and just line it back up, get it back in the middle. But the shifter cables don't look too bad. The lengthwise is not bad. This is the smaller one. This is supposed to be the forward and back shift point. So you can see it's kind of far off where this nut is. So you have to figure that out. This is not too hard. Honestly, not too hard. But I believe if I was to move the hole for the shifter cable more up in that general area where you see that big silver bolt right there, that should I guess bunch it up and tighten it up, and I guess shorten it so I can get it in this area right here. So that's one thing. I'm also going to take like a straight edge and like a level and try and match the levels on both sides to see if the tranny needs to be rotated left or right. That way I know that both mounts are completely leveled. So honestly, other than that, this is it, you know. All right, we have this square tube steel here. Let's just put it up against, I guess, the farthest edge to the farthest edge. You can see there's a slight angle up in the wheel. Oh, let me get it from the bottom. Yep. This wheel is higher than the transmission, which is, I guess it's fine, because this yellow speed strut kit did, you know, pull the rear suspension up a bit. That's, you know, it's the only reason, that's the only way you can really like lower this car anyway. So this is doable, honestly. I need to get like an angle finder, figure out what's the angle, but this is not an extreme angle like at all. So just want to try and mash this to the other side, but can't really do much with just, you know, this level. Need angles really. All right, so next thing, we have to sadly drill a new hole. So I think this hole, honestly, this hole that's already been here a while now, I think this is actually a pretty good hole. It's gonna come up, down, angle down where the shifter cable should be. If anything, I'll try this hole first before I drill another one, maybe slightly lower. But this one should give us the pullback that we need also. These cables are a little bit too long. So on the inside of things, I more or less have this thing mocked up. I have this shifter cable already bolted up in here. I had to use an adapter to get the Heim joint in the right place, but not too shabby. So you can see, already pulling this one. Make sure I drew a line right there in the middle. That way I know where neutral is supposed to be. So you can see it straight up and down. Same thing with this one. This one has a 6-inch throw. So put it at the 3-inch mark. That's how you line up your cables to make sure it's always in the middle. So yeah. Also, I'm going to use something like this to actuate the brake. I mean, not the brake, sorry, the reverse. As you know, this is a shifter that, you know, doesn't really give me like reverse lockout, you know, kind of options or situation in that order. So I'm going to add this thing, kind of make this thing kind of look like a power glide a little bit, doesn't it? It's pretty cool. This is going to be my actuator. I'm going to pull this, and it's going to allow me to get extra throw to put it into reverse. So that's basically, I have everything figured out. Gotta make a bracket for this. Gotta make a bracket for this somehow. But I like that look, especially because it's already black. I'll probably like put like a spacer on it so it angles up straight. But that's pretty cool. Hopefully it doesn't mess with anything up here in this switch area, but this is necessary. It's definitely necessary to get into reverse. Alright, so after fiddling with this thing for an hour, we finally got both cables in the right spot. You can see it is a tiny bit tight. I can like play with the hole, I guess, make it bigger, I guess, but honestly it's nice and, you know, stiff, so it's not really gonna go anywhere. So I'm gonna find a way to make mount points for these cables, that way they're permanently fixed in spot. So for the bigger cable, which is like the side to side neutral movement, it's like right on. It's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad at all. Not bad. If anything, I'll mount it more this way. I think this one needs to come under this one, but I'll figure out the position after. But yeah, this one's gonna go more like here. Push and pull. Not too bad. This one, it's a bit too long. I can't really shorten it by much anymore. So I'm gonna have to make like a kind of like a spacer bracket, just like this, like a spacer bracket. Have like a L come on it, and then have it mount up to the cable right over here in this area, which is nice, wide out in the open. This is not gonna bother anybody. Just gotta make sure I keep the angle proper. But yeah, other than that, it was a pain in the butt. So let's go ahead and show you guys what it looks like on the inside. This is more or less where the cables are going to sit. It's not too bad. If anything, I want to try and shorten this cable, but I already cut threads off of this thing and threaded on the bigger Heim joint, so I don't know how much more I can go before it just won't go anymore, honestly. So I'll try and see how much more I can cut off of this to see if we can pull this cable back. But that's more or less how it works. You can see this nothing's in a fixed position right now, so everything's just gonna move. But yeah, everything is more or less locked in a neutral position and brought up to where the lines are, like the midway point. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make a mount so they're both up here in this area, like no flex. But yeah, this one almost met this one, almost, and this one's just way off. So custom mounting is definitely needed all the way back. So yeah, this is more or less how it's gonna look. It's pretty nice, pretty nicely in position. I actually kind of like the exposed cable look. I'm gonna have to find a way to make my center console work with this stuff, but it shouldn't be too hard. Right, so after all that being said, let's go ahead and work on the inside brackets first. We're gonna make these two hold up together, and then we're gonna mess with our power glide lookalike. this is looking good. And this is looking even better. Super shiny. But yeah, that's more or less where these cables are going to sit. I have to find a way to make my center console. I think I might just delete the center console. Minus the upper area. I'll keep those for obviously my radio and my button switches and stuff like that. But yeah, this is not too bad. I kind of like the exposed look. It just looks very, very race car-y. So let's take these to Ray. I already put my measurements on there. Let's take these to Ray, get these things welded up and finalized and smoothed out. It's super sharp right now. Back from Ray with this beautifully welded piece. I like it. Should be nice. Definitely gonna have to give it the black treatment because it's already reflecting into the camera. So let's just test fit this really quickly. Boom. So we got our shifter cables mounted. Definitely have to paint that piece. It's very, very sunny. But this thing is cool. This thing is very, very stiff for now, but everything's connected. Hopefully it should spring back into action where it should be. But this is very, very cool. So you can see all the inner workings of the shifter. Yeah, and then our nice little power glide reverse pull came out very nice. I mounted it directly to the shifter. I just drilled and tapped it. There was space. So we're going to reverse. You just go like that. And just pull this lever to give us the extra oomph that we need that this cable's not going to give us. And it's about that. That's how we get into reverse. Overall, I think she looks very, very nice and very, very automatic-esque. All right, man. Yeah. You haven't seen this car in a while.
No, ow, ow.
This guy is sore.
Shut up.
What do you think about the shifter situation, kid?
Not better than mine, but it's cool.
It's a little stiff right now, but nothing's connected. It's just, you know. Come on, man.
Oh,
shift.
yeah, it's stiff as hell.
Yeah, it's stiff as hell, but shift it like you mean it, man.
My hand hurt. Yo, it's not a joke, guys. Like, my hand is really killing me.
Sheesh. But yeah, that's my new shifter setup for this.
Hell yeah. This is gonna be so dope, like seeing all the linkers. You know, this reminds me of the Pagani. You know what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Cool. That's cool.
It reminds me of, bro.
And then you see I got my power glide shifter up there. You see? Yep.
Hell yeah. That's for the parachute.
Yeah, imagine. Nah, it's just my reverse lockout. You know what I mean? I just squeeze that reverse lockout.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nah, this is dope.
So yeah,
Dope.
it's about that for now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's it right there.
Oh yeah. People gonna be like, what is that? Yo, this car's gonna turn so much heads, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's not open yet. But yeah, you can see the tranny right in there.
Dude, that's dope. I love shit. What? It's so raw.
This car is just completely swapped. Every day it's just something else. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, it looks so good bumperless though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, I'm doing like a RSR look. Like a
Porsche Porsche RSR. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I like that look. Very, very, very extreme.
If you don't know what an RSR is, you need to get your life, man.
Facts.
That's one of the cream of the crops when it comes to Porsches.
Yep.
Have you an OG RSR? Woo. Woo.
All right, so that's about it for this episode. Sheesh, I'm gonna have to lube this up. Hopefully, comment, rate, and subscribe. Never forget, never stop modifying.